What's up, my fellow collectors? 1/6ers, quarter scalers, yeah, even the statue collectors. Welcome to another segment or edition of Figure This, Figure That, the Don's Figure Chat. Today we have the honor, I think, of doing one of the D-Day landing Ranger troops. This is Private First Class Reiben. He's just launched himself from the landing craft. So he's in a bit of a running pose. Let's see if I can come back and get him. There we go. He'll be shitting himself big time. We did these landing craft maneuvers in the Marines. So I can only imagine what was going through these young lads' minds when they're racing onto the beach, seeing their mates dying right next to them, or jumping off the side, drowning with the weight of their gear. It must have been hectic. And that's when you realize why they put you through so much shit during basics. Because when that order comes, you need to act on that order straight away. So that's all you're thinking of. You're not thinking of what's in front of you. So yeah, that's why they break you down, to build you back up, to listen to orders. And more, I'd say 9 times out of 10, it'll save your life. He's got the flotation device belt underneath that gas mask carrier. He's got his brassard on, which we used to use for rank sleeves. He's carrying the BAR, which is the Browning automatic rifle, shoots a 30-06 round. In our terminology, it's a 7.65. He's got his webbing to carry extra magazines. He'll have his water bottle attached to the back. Extra magazine pouches, as I was saying. The level of detail DID go to on these military figures is second to none, eh? Really is. I mean, their weapons, it's made of wood and metal, so you can cock it, yeah, the whole thing, the whole 9 yards. His helmet, his Stahlduck is also metal. He comes with what's it called? Equipment issue? No, man. Army issue? No, these are Rangers, but it's still Army, eh? Yeah, so Army issue fatigues with the puttees. The boots are made of real leather. It's got the hobnails underneath, real laces. They don't come with a stand, so at the moment I've got him on this transparent stand. And I'll tell you what, eh? What a piece, eh? What a piece. Really is. It lets you know how they must have felt. I know that sounds silly just from looking at a figure, but if you can picture yourself in their shoes, it must have been horrible, eh? It must have been horrific. So I'll just give you another quick pan there. He's got his weapon at high port, so that he's got control of it while he runs. And for when he does decking. Decking is when you go into firing maneuvers as you hit the beach. So when you hit the beach, the landing craft lands. When we did it, the LMG machine gunner and his loaders stayed on the landing craft and gave us cover fire so that we could get into a firing movement line. So then when you're in the movement line, you support the LMG gunner to come off, or your sergeant will tell the LMG gunner to stay on the landing craft and cover us until we reach the tree line, or whatever protection there was. And for these lads, there wasn't much, eh? As you can see when watching Saving Private Ryan. Terrible, man. Terrible what these lads went through. And they were young, 17, 18, 19. Really, really young, eh? Go over him again. Beautiful piece. Beautiful, beautiful piece. He comes with a lot, but he's already dressed in it all. He's got the boomstick with the high explosives, that would be, well, try to be popped into the opening of the pillboxes. He's got all his rank and insignia there with extra buttons. He's got his cigar. He's got 2 bendy hands, which Dragon and Dreams are famous for doing. And he's got his entrenching tool. I left the entrenching tool off so you could see the level of detail DID go to. That's real metal. Real metal. The locking mechanism works. It folds up. Yeah, really, really dope. As I say, is his trusty cigar. This thing here is a button hook to help you button him up, so to speak. This is the inside of the box. Very dope picture. Oh, actually, very similar to the pose I've just done. Must have been my mind's eye. So there you go. US 2nd Ranger Battalion. For the South African lads watching out there, Rangers were the same as our recce's. Yeah. But these people fought in platoons, but had the same training as our recce's. These guys would be almost like pathfinders to go through the enemy lines and make paths for their brothers in arms to get through. There's the outside of his box. Also very dope, very detailed. You can also use that as a backdrop, but it's a bit too wide for a detail, I think. There again, Series 2, Private First Class Reiben. So Private First Class means he's got 2 stripes. 2 stripes. And it's different to a corporal, which also has 2 stripes. Private First Class, I think, is just a step up because he's had special weapons training to handle the BAR. Look at the detail, man. That's brilliant, eh? I've left the dog tag chain hanging out just so you could see the dog tags on him. He's got the t-shirt, he's got the fatigue shirt, and these, I think they were called M51 jackets. Yeah, very common within the military of USA back in the day. You'll see, even if you, when I do my Band of Brothers, or if you go look at the Band of Brothers video with Major Winters, you'll see his kit is very, very similar. He comes with dress kit though, because he's an officer, and he comes with his fatigues. That boombox, how authentic is that? I mean, that's brilliant, eh? Really is. Even down to his stogie, which is his cigar. The bendy hands, yeah, they can come in useful at times, eh? But you can never quite get them looking human. The little spots of white you can see there is off the sandbags. I've moved the sandbags out and I've left some residue, so my apologies. But yeah, lovely stuff, man, lovely stuff. I'll try and turn him around so you can see his Krutzak on his back, and maybe we can see his water bottle and webbing. There we go. Look at that, eh? Detailing is brilliant. Okay, so here we go. That's his Krutzak over here. This would be his patrol bag, water bottle. This US would have been clips for the Enfield rifle and not for the bar. The bar comes in magazines. There is the flotation device, the belt. I think it was just initiated with the pull of a drawstring, and then it would blow up and help you get through the deeper water coming off the landing craft. But the shit thing with those as well, if they rode too high, they could also make you go like a bobbing duck and turn you upside down. So it wasn't all easy pickings for these guys, even though they had the right equipment to land with. There's the back. And these putties, they don't come off for weeks on end if you're in action. Weeks on end. The only thing you would do is maybe undo the bottom a bit so you could get your boots off to change your socks, because the army runs on socks. I don't know if you knew that. Dry feet and socks. His entrenching tool would go over here, hanging down. He's got writing on his back, which usually they would only allow once you've been in combat for a while, because then the guys are so high strung, you let them do what they want as long as they follow orders on the day. So yeah, hey, you just imagine the fear that went through these lads running up on that beach. Let me turn him back around again. So I'll try and do a series of poses with him, and try and I'm forgetting all my words. I don't know why. Oh, I've just taken my meds. Replicate some of the scenes that he would have been facing as he was running or as he landed on the beach, or maybe past the first beach. He's already taken off the gas mask because it gets cumbersome. You fling that, and you keep the gas mask on, obviously, but you fling the bag. The flotation device is off. So yeah, you strip down to your, bare kit that you need, and leave the rest of the stuff basically behind. You can come back and get it at a later date, or you pick up from your dear departed brothers along the way. I've got the utmost respect for these lads. I really have, the British troops and the American troops. Those D-Day landings must have been horrific, horrific. And the Normandy drops, the parachute regiments. I mean, that was a cock-up from beginning to end with the high winds. So, yeah, these boys faced a lot, We actually owe them everything. We owe them everything. I loved the movie, Saving Private Ryan. I thought it was brilliant, It captured the mood, it captured the joviality, it captured the fear. Yeah, I know, the courage, everything. I think it was such a dope movie. You can see the carry handle on top of the magazine, on top of the barrel there. That actually comes off. It would only really be used, if you're running from spot to spot and you haven't got both hands to carry your weapon. It's just handy. So I'll give you one last little look at him there in this pose, and go over all the details again. Real leather boots with real laces. The boom pole with high explosives. You get extra buttons. You get his insignia and his rank patches. You get 3 hands, 2 with bendy fingers. You can see this one, I've bent the fingers on that one, but the other one is still brand new. So yeah, you can put them in a series of poses, but they're not the most appealing hands. His button hook, his entrenching tool. So all of this was conventional warfare equipment. His stogie, which is his cigar. You get this insert as you open the box. Comes in a foam insert underneath that. But really, I mean, just as good a quality as Hot Toys, I think. DID are really good. And yeah, this one took me ages to get. I've had him for a while, but it took me ages to get. So that there is the pop-off of the top of his box, which you can use as a diorama in your Detolf. For some reason, I remember some of the lads complaining that the width was too much. I'd have to check on that. But dope box, eh? There you go, 2nd Ranger Battalion, Series 2, Private First Class Reiben. Now with the LMG that we used back in the day, you usually needed a loader next to you to feed the belts and also to carry extra ammunition. Where with these lads, this 3006 was magazine fed. I'm not too sure how many was in the magazine, but yeah, you could do single shot or fully automatic. It cocks like a normal weapon. The sights work, the magazine pulls out. It's got a leather strap for carrying. Yeah, no man, DID. If you can get hold of one of the Lee Enfield rifles made of real wooden metal, you're on a win, eh? They go for such high prices at the moment. Okay, so I'll leave you there with our heroic, is that the way you say it? Alas, pure Yorick, I knew him a ratio. With his heroic stance or look on his face. And I'll change up the pose. When we come back, you'll be excited all over again. So I'll leave you there with the words of, I'll be back. See, now that didn't take too long, did it? Okay. He's just tapped the magazine to empty any sand that might have got in it. And he's busy loading up the bar before he steps over the parapet and goes after some German soldiers. He's got his feet up, well, 1 foot up, so it doesn't look like he's in immediate action. He's got a couple of grenades ready to pack in his pockets as extras. Those are real metal, weigh quite a bit. Another DID, excellent touch. His trenching tool is out, so he's obviously dug something and hidden something to come back with, to come back for. Look at those boots. I mean, that's attention to detail in anyone's books. Over here is the high explosive packs, RX. Lovely stuff to work with. He's taken off his gas mask bag, the flotation device. Again, there's his stogie, a cigar, and his rank badges. He was a ranger in the 2nd Ranger Battalion. Let's go back to the figure. There you can see the bullets in the magazine. We would have those in belts of, I think it's 200 rounds per belt. My Marine buddies could put me right. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful round, eh? High velocity, armor piercing, lovely jubbly. Look at that bar. How accurate is that? And it weighs a ton weight to me in that scale. So can you imagine what it weighed to these lads in 1-to-1 scale? He's got his webbing harness. They used to have braces that would run from the front to the back and vice versa on the back. But there were always a mission to undo from your web belt. I don't know that as a fact for certain. We never had these harnesses. We just had the straight kruitsak, patrol bag, and web belt. And eventually, when we went into the townships, we had chest webbing And yeah, no, the whole modern kit that we had. There's his water bottle. It even comes, we used to call them Dixie cups. It's the cover of the canteen inside. It's what you get your coffee in. It's what you get everything in. You can cook food over the fire with it. I'll take it out just now and show you. Again, that's a very realistic canteen. It's made of aluminium. Well, it's metal, but it's made out of aluminium. And yeah, I love this piece. I love them all the Saving Private Ryans. They're really dope. I've got Jackson, I've got Hanks, and I'm at the moment looking at a Sergeant Horwath. Because this is the guy that wants to bugger off for Tom Hanks, Captain Miller, not shooting that German. He says he's had enough. And Sergeant Horwath was going to shoot him for desertion in the face of the enemy, which he had every right to do. You can't just bugger off on your own. So I think for me, that was the only part of Saving Private Ryan I didn't like. Because there's not a hope in hell the captain or the sergeant would have let this guy get away with shit like that. Yeah, he was a hard ass from Brooklyn. But just full of quality detail. Working zips, working buttons on magazine pouches. It's press studs. Yeah, very, very dope, I mean, even down to the putties, they've got them with the little clips. I mean, they really go to town on these military figures. Look at those fragmentation grenades. So you get the smooth outside, which is just a HE, high explosive grenade. Then you get these beauties, the fragmentation grenades, and it does exactly what it says on the can. That thing bursts into all those little shrapnel parts, and they leave horrible wounds if they don't kill you outright, you know. He's got his hobnail boot placed firmly on the sandbag. I was almost going to sing Let's Get Ready to Rumble when I realized, no, I did that yesterday for Rambo. So you're lucky or unlucky not to hear my dulcet tones ring out across the universe about this soldier. So what do you think? Do you like him? Really dope, eh? It's Ed Burns, and you can see it's Ed Burns, the actor. He plays Private First Class Reiben in the movie. I think, oh, well, I'm not going to say because just now you haven't seen the movie. So I was just about to reveal something about the end. But I caught myself in time. You can see even here. Look at there. That's the fuses you would light. And they were quick fire fuses. So as not to give the Germans time to push it back out. Yeah, DID, eh? I wish they did more, you know. I wish they did more. There is a lot of military figures out there by DID, though. There's a Logan underneath. My whole airbrush table is filled with Logan, if you didn't know that. So yeah, we're using this new format of showing off the figures. I was using Steve Weber's IC Customs diorama. That was a present from the Bat Chat lads. But I was scared in case it was getting too damaged. It's only little nicks and bumps, but you can see them because of the color of the diorama. So we've gone this route now. And I think it works. You know, I think it works. There he is. Waiting for orders. Or he's already been given his orders and he's waiting to set off. Dope, eh? I do love my military figures. I'm a military man at heart. military man at heart. Ah, I miss my mates from the Marines. They were real good friends, eh? I'll show you the bullets again quickly before we go into the next pose. Really accurately depicted, isn't it? It's really, really good. Even the hairstyle, once he's got his stall duck off, you'll see. It's short back and sides to the extreme. Okay, so let's leave you looking in a first-class Private Reiben's eyes while I say I'll be back. Right, that's me back. We've got first-class Private Reiben having a wee stogie. It must have been a relaxing time. So he had the chance to take his kit off. Well, not his whole kit, obviously, but take his kit off and have a wee cigar. There you can see he's got his webbing in his hands. Just about to put it on or just about to take it off. There's his BAR next to some grenades with his stall duck. Now when you hear me talk about a stall duck and a doiby, do you see the plastic piece underneath there? That's a doiby. The steel part is the stall duck, steel helmet in Afrikaans. Not a very pleasurable thing to wear when you are going through an opfok, which is when your sergeant puts you through your paces for causing shit or just generally being a sergeant or a corporal, because they can do as they please with you in the army. Look at the eyes. Really good, eh? I mean, for me, they rival Hot Toys any day of the week. The paint apps are not as good, but the head sculpts are quite good. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. I'll turn him around just now so you can see what he's got written on the back of his jacket. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but it's very true to the actual character, the way they've portrayed him as the figure. Let me turn him around quickly, and you will see exactly what I mean. So as he takes a wee slow turn, you can see I've put none of the rank or insignia on. I don't like doing that because they end up dropping off because the sticky back is not strong enough to hold for long periods of time. So there you go. Brooklyn, New York, USA. I mean, you can see the quality of the tailoring. I mean, from the buttons to, yeah, every detail. They've covered every detail. Here's his short back and sides. It's 4 fingers above the collar, 2 fingers above the ear, and a full 4 fingers for your forehead, which I never had a problem with because I was going bald from an early age. So I always had brush cuts to hide the fact I was going bald at an early age, funnily enough. He's on a transparent stand. They came in really, really handy. I'm glad I picked some up the other day. So yeah, from this angle you can see he's got the webbing there still hanging off his kruitsak. You can see this piece here, it's connected there. That would be connected over the shoulder, around over his back and onto the webbing, but I haven't connected it because it's easier to drop your webbing when you've only got it connected at the front. So It's more an in battle thing than anything else. But nice, as I say, they've covered all the bases. All the bases. Let me turn him back around so you can see him again. I'm getting good at this turning lock. I don't know why I just don't use the bloody... I've got one of those rotating things underneath here. Yeah, don't we like life difficult, So here he comes, back around. There's the man of the moment. Let's see if we can get right in so you can see the whites of his eyes. There he is. Sorry for that shake there and for that poor focus. I don't know why it's doing it again today. We thought we had it licked yesterday. It seems to change figure by figure, setup by setup. One day we will have a light booth. Yeah, you see how it's going out of focus? We will have a proper light booth to set up in. I don't know if I've moved the lighting or what, but yeah, we're losing focus. Here's these grenades again. Okay, so I'll just run over the accessories. There's his gas brassard, gas detector, rank and insignia and extra buttons. That there is his life preserver, flotation device as they would call it, gas mask bag. That there is from GID for the collector as a button hook, because these buttons are a bitch. There's his high explosive boom pole, all the way down until you get the quick fuse detonators that would be lit. Star duck helmet, webbing, outside of the box, inside of the box. Nice though. I mean, yeah, the idea, as I say, are really, really good. Okay, so I'll leave yous with him smoking a stogie, having a bit of a chill, waiting for the war to catch up with him. And as Sly said to Arnie, don't say you'll be back. How's it? That's me back again. I've put him now into a firing pose. He's in the prone position, just awaiting orders to move on ahead. He's got his boombox by him, waiting for it to deploy. 2 fragmentation grenades that he picked up just now in the second segment. He's got his trusty BAR ready for firing. And yeah, he just looks so realistic there. He really does. Let's see if we can capture. Is he looking at us? He actually looks like Tom Hanks there, doesn't he? But it's not Tom Hanks, Ed Burns. Okay, he's in the prone position, still wearing his Kurtsack webbing, legs spread apart for better positioning and better, firmer base to launch some rapid rounds from the BAR. It's the same as Rambo. Every time I pose these pieces, I fall in more and more in love with them, because they are really special pieces. And if you can immerse yourself in the times that they were going through on D-Day, yeah, it just gives you a whole new respect for what these guys went through. really, really got the huge amount of respect for all of them, British and American, the freedom fighters, the resistance. What they put up with was terrible. And they did it all for us, eh? Sometimes people forget that without these wars, without so many people dying, we wouldn't have the freedom we've got today. That was a somber moment, wasn't it? But yeah, there he is, ready to decimate the troops coming towards him, or just about to start into a combat run from the safety of the sandpit. As I say, still got his webbing krutzak on. He's just made it off the landing craft, and they've just encountered the first pillbox where the Spandaus are just ripping them to shreds, and it's his job to put that high explosive through that little slit in the front of the pillbox without getting shot himself. So yeah, do you think he looks like Tom Hanks there? I think he does. So I'll just go over his accessories again one last time. He comes with a high explosive boombox. There we go. And you thought that meant a radio, didn't you? Well, no, it's not. Sorry, I had to hoi focus there. Okay. Stahlduck, steel helmet. Weapon with extra magazines. Fragmentation grenades. Over here, they might not be in focus anymore. We've got his flotation device, which is that thing. We've got his gas mask bag, which is that. Entrenching tool. 3 hands, 2 of them being the famous bendy finger hands from DID. Button hook. His favorite cigar. Gas broussard, gas detector. His rank and insignia. You get this insert as when you open the box, so you could use that in your detolf, or you can use the front lid. But as I said, I'm sure I've heard people say it's too wide for the detolf. I should actually check it for you, but not right now. Rightio. So as most of the kit he comes with is already on him, so I will leave yous with Ed Burns, Private First Class Reiben, in the prone position to either start firing, lobbing grenades, or going on a combat run. Really, really dope. Really, really dope. So with that said, if you like what you've watched, please hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment. Yeah, just be nice to us. Or bad to us if you think we're doing a shit job. But I think we're doing a dope job. Anyway, that's me, the Don, saying peace out.